Rabbi Mark Loeb called Chuck Buerger the most important Jewish publisher in America, who made a vital contribution to the dignity of Jewish life. 77 years ago, Chuck Buerger's grandfather published the Jewish Times. In a recent interview, he told Eyewitness News why it was so important to the community.
He started a paper here so they could read what was happening. You couldn't get news in the backyard. The community was growing bigger than that.
Buerger transformed the weekly into a leader in its field, expanding to Florida, Atlanta, Vancouver, and Detroit, and maintaining its independent voice.
The legacy is the 6 papers spread across North America that every week independently, courageously, clearly give Jewish readers the truth.
A year ago, when the Jewish Times marked its 75th anniversary, Chuck Buerger wrote a column about the things that made him proud, including commitment to journalistic integrity. Well, he got that right. When Buerger took over the Jewish Times in 1972, it had a certain charm, mostly weddings and bar mitzvah announcements. He kept them there, but all around them, he and editors like Gary Rosenblatt and Mike Davis brought in the rest of the world. Not only the world of Baltimore's Jewish community, which is the heart of the magazine, but also the people and things around them, whether it was Israel or Washington, or the workings of local politics and neighborhoods. And they covered these worlds with the kind of fairness and intelligence that made readers know, as they say in Yiddish, that this was the emes, this was the truth. Chuck Buerger will be remembered for a lot of things, his enthusiasm, his business smarts, but mostly he created one of the great ethnic publications in the whole country. And that's a pretty good legacy for anyone.
He has taken a family-owned publication and turned it into one of the most successful Jewish newspapers in the country. When Chuck Buerger came to Baltimore 17 years ago to try his hand at publishing, the family-owned newspaper he was to inherit was little more than a social listing of weddings, deaths, and bar mitzvahs. Today, it boasts the highest circulation of any Jewish newspaper in the country. He has transformed the paper into a reputable publication that takes a serious and sometimes not so serious look at Jewish issues. For example, he once sparked a bit of controversy by superimposing the head of Golda Meir onto the body of a model.
Give it a feature story on the Jews believe in God was kind of interesting.
What about this Jew?
Oh, sure. I believe in God. Not sure what kind of God he is. Depends on how things are going, if he's a good God or bad God that week.
Everybody who knew Chuck was his friend, and Chuck always pushed his friends to do a little more, work a little more, try a little more.
He was both cantankerous, he was controlling, and yet at the same time, he gave the members of his staff the latitude and the freedom to create what became, in essence, the best Jewish publication in the country.
Besides his passion for publishing, there were 2 other loves.
He put his family and community first, and he always was interested in knowing what was happening and wanted to be involved. I think his legacy will be caring for others.
Caring for the less fortunate, from the hungry to the homeless.
He came from a background of opportunity, but spent large portions of his life trying to make opportunities available to people who didn't have them.
And none of us were prepared to let Chuck go, but we have to, and carry on the things that he shared with us about love and friendship and support and meaningful things for our community.
And I personally will always remember the prophetic words my friend shared with me 2 years ago.
I have 5 great children that are bright and they're involved, and we're well covered for the next generation.
You know, one thing he was famous for saying to everyone, whatever you do, have fun, enjoy yourself. We'll try, Chuck, but life just won't be the same without you.